She woke up to the sound of her doorbell ringing, and she has been waiting for this doorbell to ring for a couple of days now. She knows who is at the door, so she rushes towards the door. She opens the door, and there is a guy standing right in front of her. He hands her an envelope, and she knows what's inside that envelope. And she's hoping that it is not what she's expecting it to be. So she opens that envelope. But lo and behold, her worst nightmare comes to life because she realized she has been married to a killer all along. Her story is about to give you real nightmare, and it will make you wonder what goes around inside your subconscious mind, how your subconscious mind works, and by the end of this video, you are going to realize something very profound about your subconscious mind that will change the perspective you have towards all your relationship, and it will make you take actions to understand what's inside your subconscious mind. More on that a bit later, but let's understand her story because her story is very important for you guys to understand how our subconscious mind is playing a secret script at the back of our mind and we have no idea about it. You see, this particular woman, she was my client and she is a very successful entrepreneur. Now, 2 years back, she met this awesome guy. Everything was perfect. She found this guy to be an ideal version of a partner that she has been longing for after a couple of failed relationships. So things get interesting. He proposes to her, and things are just magical from there onwards. However, during their relationship, every time she brings up certain aspects of his past, he seems to just dodge those questions. And she thought maybe he is a very private person. He is someone who is an introvert or maybe an avoidant and doesn't like to talk about his past. So she gives it a break and things just go on for a couple of months. After a few months, she comes across an opportunity that can technically change the trajectory of their life, and she offers that opportunity to her husband. Now, her husband feels a bit threatened by this opportunity, and he goes like, hey, I'm not interested into this, even though logically she could understand that this particular opportunity is great for him and for them. He just keeps refusing that opportunity. So she starts wondering, why is he refusing such a great opportunity of a lifetime? What could be his reason? And he doesn't give her any solid reason. He just goes around saying random things, and that made her a bit suspicious about her husband. And she realized that the opportunity that she is offering to him will require a background check. So that made her even more suspicious. Is he trying to hide something from his past? So for a couple of months, what she did was she tried to know more about his past. But every time she brought up his past, he would sort of try to dodge the situation. He would try to divert her attention towards something else, and he would just keep ignoring his past. So she got even more suspicious day by day. Now, as she started becoming more suspicious day by day, she hired a private investigator because she wanted to know, why is her husband dodging questions about his past? So once she hired a private investigator and she gave all her husband's information to that investigator, they took a couple of days and they were like, we'll get back to you. We'll prepare a detailed report about your husband and we'll give you all the details. So she has been waiting for this for a couple of days now. And so the envelope that was delivered to her was a report about her husband's background check. And it turns out he has a criminal record. Not only a criminal record, he has been convicted of murder. She had chills down her spine and she was heartbroken and she just couldn't confront her husband about it. And she felt like, even though she realizes what her husband has done in the past, and her husband wouldn't give her any clarity over what happened, she felt betrayed. So she was trying to understand why she just can't get out of this relationship, because she felt that immense attraction towards her husband. And that made her wonder, why is she so attracted to her husband? And then she started doing a lot of research on how our subconscious mind works. And she realized something about herself that completely blew her mind. That is, in all her past relationships, she was somehow attracted to someone who had a criminal record. Isn't that a bit fascinating? But she got even more confused, because when she married her husband, she had no idea that he had a criminal record. So how come she ended up once again with a criminal, and this time she had no idea about it? She started wondering, am I cursed? Is it a curse that has been secretly ruining all her relationships? And as she was researching on the internet, trying to understand how she can get out of this heartbreak, she landed upon one of my videos. And as she watched my video, she realized how our subconscious mind works, how heartbreaks work. And since I am an instant healing hypnotherapist and I have designed a course on instant heartbreak healing mastery, she got quite interested in that course. And she was like, let's give it a shot. It's free and it will educate me on understanding how our subconscious mind works, and why am I attracted to all these criminals in my life, and why all my relationship had a similar pattern. So she started my free course. And as she started my free course, it was only a 90-minute course, and she started doing that, and there is a hypnosis included in my course. And the moment she took that hypnosis, she was able to move on from her husband, and she filed for divorce. And her divorce was very chaotic. However, one problem was over. Now, the second problem is, why does she keep attracting these criminals into her life? So she booked a free mini therapy session with me. Now, in this session, she told me her entire story about what happened in her life. Now, as I'm listening to her story as an instant healing hypnotherapist and a relationship expert, I know that she has a clear pattern of being in relationship with criminals. Now, why is that? Now, a lot of it has to do with our childhood conditioning, right? But that's wrong, because once we got inside her childhood conditioning between the ages of 1 to 9 and the dynamics of her childhood, there was nothing criminal in her childhood. So I asked her, what did her father and mother do? So I started talking about her parents to understand how her parents have lived their life. Now, this is where I want you to understand something very important. As we started talking about her parents, she told me that her father had a criminal record for fraud. Now, I want you to understand something very important over here. This is what we call epigenetics. Epigenetics is when your father's genes and your mother's genes combine together to form a unique set of genes that belong to you, and these genes carry information and data from your parents. Now, these genes carry information about their life, their experiences, their behaviors, and they have all been transferred inside your subconscious mind. Now, the most interesting part is, I asked her to focus on her mother, because it seems that she is following the epigenetics from her mother. And she told me that even though her mother knew that her father was into certain criminal activities, she yet wanted to be with him. Now, if you observe something, now you can establish how this pattern of attracting criminals into her life originates from. It is from the epigenetics of her mother. And since she had a father wound between the ages of 1 to 9, she had a lacking of all the traits that are influenced by the father. That includes self-esteem, self-worth, self-confidence, self-respect, and sense of identity. Now, all these 5 traits were in deficit inside her subconscious mind. That means when she is in a relationship, her familiarity, her subconscious familiarity is with the lacking of all these five traits. And she fulfills the lacking of these five traits through her partner. And when she realized that she has to leave her partner or take a divorce, even though she realized that this partner is not good for her. And even in her previous relationship, when it was time to break up, when she realized that she is with someone who has a criminal record, she would still find it really hard to move on from that particular person. This is because her familiarity is with the lacking of all the father influence traits. That means that every time she attracts someone, her familiarity with the lacking of the five traits that are influenced by father comes into play, and she keeps facing those situations that trigger the lack of self-esteem, self-worth, self-confidence, self-respect, and sense of identity. Now, if you observe, it does sound like a curse, right? She keeps attracting all the criminals into her life, and she has been married to one. And she asked me, why did she end up with a partner who she didn't even consciously knew was a criminal? Now, this is where I want you to understand something about your subconscious mind. Your subconscious mind is excellent at reading people, micro expressions, micro emotions. It can detect familiarity with a particular person without you even consciously knowing about it. And she sensed certain familiarity at a subconscious level with regards to her husband that resembled her father. Now, she didn't knew that her husband is going to turn out to be a criminal, but the signs were always there. She just didn't notice that. She took those signs as part of her subconscious familiarity, and she got attracted to him. But then comes a bigger question. How do we get rid of this pattern? Now, this is where I want you guys to understand. Instant healing hypnosis works faster. Why? It has a lot to do with your belief about healing. Now, if you believe that you can be healed easily and quickly, you can be healed. But if you believe healing doesn't work, I have bad news for you. This is why I offer a free course so that my clients, before they enroll into my program, they have an experience of how fast healing can happen. That helps them build up their belief that yes, your subconscious mind can heal anything with instant healing hypnosis. And once they have that belief and they walk into my high value love identity program, that's when I can do magic with their subconscious mind. So once she got inside my high value love identity program, we went inside her subconscious mind, removed her father wound, and we reprogrammed her epigenetic pattern. The moment we reprogrammed her epigenetic pattern, her subconscious mind revealed certain actions that she needs to start taking from here onward. So I asked her one of the most important questions to check if these actions that her subconscious mind is giving her are actually practical. So I asked her, if you were following all these actions before you met your husband, would you have been in this relationship? And her answer was no. That means that her subconscious mind gave her the lessons and the actions that are relevant to her life. And if she keeps following these lessons and actions, she will successfully break the old pattern, and she will never ever attract a partner with her old pattern. So the lessons and the actions that your subconscious mind reveals once you heal any kind of trauma or pattern, these lessons and actions are designed by your subconscious mind to help you build emotional state that will break your old pattern. And the more you can feel this emotional state, the more you will become familiar with that. And guess what? Whatever we are familiar with is what we keep attracting in our reality. And that's how healing works. Now, I want you to consider her story and understand something about your relationship pattern. If you want to understand your relationship pattern, I want you to look at the life that your parents have lived, especially the issues that your parents face in relationship. And I want you to check those issues with your relationship issues. And you are going to find that there will be some kind of similarity in the issues that they faced and the issues that you are facing in your relationship. That's epigenetic. And the only way to heal that is to get inside your subconscious mind, locate those epigenetic patterns, and once you locate them, you can remove them. And if you want a taste of that, do try out my free instant heartbreak healing mastery course exactly like my client, and you are going to be blown away by how fast your subconscious mind works. My name is Ax. I'm an instant healing hypnotherapist. I help people remove toxic recurring pattern in relationship or trauma bond and help them become a magnet for long-term healthy sustainable relationship. I'll see you guys in the next video. Up until then, do not forget to like and subscribe to my channel, and remember the power of your subconscious mind. Bye bye.